Hey, everybody, this is Guy from Chit Chat. Thanks for listening. I just got done recording a really sweet, really different kind of podcast with my little girl. Her name is Lucy, and she's lovely and sweet. And a long time ago, she said, "Papa, could I be on the podcast?" And when it's your podcast, you can kind of do what you want. And so I was so happy that Lucy got to come on the podcast. And I'm thankful for her. If you know her, you know what just an absolute delight she is. And if you don't, I'm excited that you'll get to meet her just a little bit right now on the podcast. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hi, Lucy.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on the podcast. All right, everybody. Here's what you need to know. This cutie that's sitting across from me right now is my 10-year-old lovely daughter. Her name is Lucy. And Lucy was actually on the podcast near the beginning. She had asked, could I be on the podcast sometime? And I said, yes. Because when it's your podcast, you kind of get to put on it who you want. And then something happened. And we forgot to push. We got chatty about all kinds of things. And we forgot to push record on the podcast. And so there's an entire podcast recorded that's just completely silent of Lucy and I already doing this many, many months ago. And so we're doing it now, right, babe? Okay. So sometimes, Lucy, I ask people about the business that they work at or started, their favorite nonprofit that they're involved in, or stuff like that. But you're 10, and you don't really have any of that. So why don't you tell me a little bit. You're finishing up your fourth grade school year. Mm-hmm. What did you love most about this school year?
I don't know.
This is going to be a riveting podcast. How about this? Why don't you tell me?
There's a lot of things.
Lots of things?
Yeah,
Give me just like a couple of the things that you liked.
Well, let's see. This year we did CC.
Why don't you tell people, what is CC?
CC is we go to...
What does CC stand for?
I don't know.
Classical
Conversations,
which is the homeschool curriculum that we use.
Mm-hmm. And so, basically what CC is, you go to school for one day and you're in a classroom, and for essentials or for foundations, which is the first part of the day before lunch, you practice math and history and all that kind of stuff, and then we go to lunch, and then we have essentials, which is short stories. The teacher gives us a topic for the week, and then next week we come back with a paper, and then we get to read it in front of the class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so our cohort is 1 day a week. So for most of the days, they're at home with mama, and then 1 day a week they go with their cohort, which is kind of a fun way to do it. Lucy, what subjects do you like the most in school? What do you like learning about?
Probably math.
Mm-hmm.
I like quizzes, which I had one of those today because I don't have to learn something new.
Oh, so on test day, you can just take the test and you don't actually have to...
Yeah, because I already know everything because it's from previous lessons. It's
Mm-hmm.
all the questions from previous lessons. So it's basically just doing it over again.
Kind of like a review.
But without having to listen to a 10-minute lecture about geometry.
Huh. Yeah. Geometry lectures, am I right? All right, Lou, what, when you are done with high school, or you're kind of heading into adulthood, mm-hmm. What do you think you want to do? What do you want your job to be?
Well, here's the thing. I love Florida, but I'm deathly afraid of hurricanes. So I thought in the winter I would buy a condo. So I would move to Florida in the winter, okay, and work at the Tampa Zoo. And then in the summer I'll come back here, and I want a diner.
Okay.
like my own diner.
What's it called?
Sunny Sides Up.
Really? Except I already own the website for Lucy's Diner. So I'm going to have to buy another URL for Sunny Side Up.
I don't know what a URL is, so go right ahead.
Okay, good. Question for you. You want to buy a condo in Florida. First of all, I'm not a fan of that because I don't want you far away from me. So part of me is a little sad that you're going to be there. But my question, where are you going to get the money to buy a condo? What do you think you'll do to earn that money?
You can give it to me.
You think I have enough money for a condo in Florida that I'm just going to give to you? That's not how that works. So let's just say that that's not an option because it's not. What else were you going to do? Like to get a job? You'll need a job or something.
Well, I've always wanted to like work at some sort of zoo with orangutans.
Oh.
Because they are rather than Frenchie puppies, they are the cutest animal in the world.
So just to be clear, the reigning king of cuteness is a Frenchie puppy, and then number 2 is an orangutan.
Basically, yes.
And then what's number 3?
Yorkie.
Okay, and what's number 4?
Poodle.
So on the Mount Rushmore of sorts, the 4 big ones, we've got 3 kinds of dog and an orangutan. This is
Baby orangutan.
baby orangutan. Do you think that you'd ever want to hold a baby orangutan?
Yeah.
I've heard they're really strong. Even the really little ones are like super strong. But you're strong too, and so that's no problem.
Because like when they're born, they like stay with their mom for like a month. But like when the mom is climbing up a tree, they're born like really strong because when the mom is like climbing up a tree, they have to hang on without any like help from their mom.
Story is the driving force for us here at Switchboard. Story is also the reason that Chit Chat exists. We tell stories of the people around us through photos, videos, branding, and websites. Story helps us find meaning and it draws a community together. And we would love to help tell your story. You can find us at www.switchboard.mn. We would love to meet you. We'd love to talk with you and learn more about the story that you are trying to tell and how our story-driven marketing tools can help you communicate better. Can't wait to talk to you soon.
Lucy, what kind of activities do you like to do?
Gymnastics.
And what do you like about gymnastics?
Gymnastics.
No, what about gymnastics do you like?
You know, back bend, splits, handstands, cartwheels, roundoffs.
It's great. Lucy is upside down, I think just about as much at home as she is right side up. At any given moment, there's no flat surface that is safe from handstands and cartwheels and stuff. Sometimes the amount of room that she'll start flipping around in, I've stopped being super nervous about it because she's really good at it, but every once in a while I think to myself, like, we're going to go to the hospital. She's going to come swinging around on something and she's going to bonk her face or her teeth or feet or something, but she's really good at it. Upside down all the time. All right. So, you're heading into this summer, right? We're knocking on the door here of summer. What are you the most excited about for summer?
Annie and Maisie are coming.
In case you don't know, listeners, Annie and Maisie, who are they?
My baby cousins. Annie is 3 and Maisie just turned 2. And they live in Colorado. So last time I saw them was Christmas Eve. Or no, Christmas.
Didn't you see them in Florida just a few weeks ago?
No, they weren't there.
For one day, didn't you?
No, actually, they left the day we came.
Ugh.
So, like, when they were in the air, we were in the air too.
Oh, no.
But they were going back.
Okay, so Christmas. You saw them Christmas. And think of how much bigger they are now. How many more words?
Oh, Maisie, she barely could say my name at Christmas. And now she is like a chatterbox.
Cute little chatterbox. Lucy is an incredible big cousin. She does such a good job playing with all the baby cousins and taking care of them. And yeah, she's really, really, really a good helper. Aren't you, Lou? Okay. What do you think I should know about you? What do you want people to know about you?
Well, you're my dad. You know a lot.
I do know a lot, but what about other people that maybe don't know you quite as much? What should they know about you?
I don't know.
All right.
Mm-hmm. This is the thing that we made at
What's the restaurant that we like to go to in St. Joe?
Kay's Kitchen.
Kay's Kitchen in St. Joe is Lucy and I's little date spot. And when we like to sneak away, just the two of us, we've got our booth. We always sit in the same booth, and we like to go eat breakfast together, don't we, Lou? And one of the last times, moms and dads, I brought my notebook with, which if you're just listening to this, I have this notebook, and I just asked Lucy tons and tons and tons of questions, and I wrote down the answers. And just every 6 months or so, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to ask her more. I'm just going to ask her some of those same questions and just see how her answers kind of progress over the years. And it is super, super, super fun. Lucy, I'll just ask you a couple of the ones that are here. What is your favorite color?
Lavender.
Guess what, everybody? Ding, ding, ding. Nothing has changed in the last couple of weeks. Sometimes we get things like green. There are shades of green that you really like too. Every once in a while, a shade of green will. Teal. Yep. Good.
Light teal.
Who are your favorite friends? Who are the friends that are the closest?
Anna, Isla, Nora.
Yeah, those are some good friends, aren't they? That's really
Nora
sweet.
was over like 20 minutes ago.
And so I'll ask you one more time. When you're older, what kind of job do you want?
I wanna be a realtor. That's one I forgot when you asked me. I really, 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 really want to be a realtor.
I think that sometime you should go to work with Christian and see if he'll take you, and you could like go and do that.
I also want to work at a zoo. I don't really care which one. And I want to own a diner.
That's really fun. Guess what?
What?
I really want to own a diner with you someday, or work at your diner and help you start your own diner. Mm-hmm. That would be so much fun. Even sometimes when Lucy and I have breakfast together or we go out for breakfast, we kind of talk about what kinds of things would be on the menu. What are some of the things that you for sure think would be really good fits on your diner menu?
Waffles, pancakes, caramel rolls, eggs, bacon, sausage, omelet.
All that good breakfast stuff.
Orange juice, apple juice,
Nice.
coffee.
And where are we going to get the coffee from?
Kinder Coffee.
Good. Okay. Phew. Coffee's coming from Kinder. That's good to know. Do you think that maybe before you start your own breakfast place, do you think you ever want to come and work at Kinder? What kind of job do you think you want to do at Kinder?
I wanna be employee of the month.
You want to be employee of the month? Guess what? We have some really, really good employees. And so you're going to have to work really, 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 really hard.
I wanna make lattes.
All right. Mm-hmm. Lucy, you're sweet enough and smart enough. I think you could figure out easily how to someday be employee of the month. Yeah, that's good. Lucy, this is a fun one. You have a brother. His name is James. Do you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about your brother James?
Well, I love like wrestling and pinching and tickling.
You guys do a lot of wrestling. It's true. It's almost like, me and my brother, we wrestled a whole bunch when we were little. Me and Uncle Brendan wrestled a whole bunch. I wouldn't have guessed that having a boy and a girl, they would be wrestling all the time. But here you guys are, just wrestling all the time. Well, sweet. Lulu, this was really fun. I love you. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
Sometimes on these podcasts, we finish each one by saying, by sharing with people something that we really like some business or some idea, some person that you think is kind of special. Is there anybody that you or anything that you would want to tell people about?
Well, kind of give me a lot to pick just one thing from.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry about that. There's too many.
So, like, what specific thing do you want me to tell?
How about what's your favorite business in St. Cloud, Minnesota? Like a place that you just really like to go to. It could be a restaurant, it could be a store where you buy something, it could be some place where you do activities.
I'd say Northcrest.
It's a good one. That's a good one. What do you love about Northcrest? And why should people go there?
If you don't know what Northcrest is, it's a gymnastics gym. And I just think it has so much. Like, if I went there 3 days a week, I think I would have, so I started going to Northcrest, 5 months ago, maybe. And before I started going to Northcrest, I couldn't do a back bend or a front walkover or a back walkover, and now I can do all three of those things because the coaches are good. I was deathly afraid of the high beam, and now I can do front handsprings off it. And
incredible.
It's just I just really love it there.
That's so good. And my shout out is bike rides with Lucy. Going on I'm just going to paint a little picture for you. Listeners, are you ready? I want you to imagine it's like early June. It's 75, 76, 77. The sun is just starting to kind of head down. You just finished dinner. It's just up one of those perfect quiet summer days. There's the smell of grilling, because the neighbors around us are grilling, and there's the sound of kids down the neighborhood playing. It's just kind of a really sweet kind of evening. And then imagine you put on your helmet, because safety, right? We always got to wear a helmet. And imagine you get to go on a bike ride with the sweetest and cutest little girl and just have the most incredible conversations. This is what I want everyone to know about Lucy. She is a really sweet conversationalist. When we're out driving around, some of the questions that she asks and the ways that she sees the world are really, really special. And I'm happy. I'm really thankful that God gave you to me and me to you, that I get to be your papa. And I sure love you. Thanks for coming on the podcast today. Love you, baby.